Hey guys, I'm Alastair from Trail and Kale, and this is my LARQ Bottle Filtered review. So in this review I'm going to go over a few things, including how this bottle compares to other bottles in the LARQ range, the Purifies bottles to be precise, which are the ones that have the UVC technology, which are purifying bottles. This one is a filter bottle. So I'm going to go over that, see how it compares to those and what the difference is. Then I'm going to share how the bottle actually works and how you use it. I'm going to share 5 things that you should know about this bottle before buying it. And then I'll go over some things like the different sizes that are available and the different colours as well. Okay, let's get cracking with this review. The first thing to realise with this bottle is it is a filter bottle. So it doesn't use the UVC technology that LARQ is better known for, because that was the first bottle that LARQ released. So this is their brand new one, and they're stepping into the filter market. This bottle does take filter cartridges, I'll go into that later. But essentially this LARQ bottle has a 2-stage filter system. So it uses activated carbon and also LARQ's Nano Zero technology. So the activated carbon traps contaminants like chlorine and VOCs, while the Nano Zero technology grabs onto heavy metals. And what those two processes result in is great tasting filtered water. So you can be using this bottle from many water sources. So out in the wild you can be using it to filter to get clean water. You can use it on your tap or faucet water in your home just to get the water tasting better, but also to make it better for you and cleaner, more pure water. And as I said earlier, LARQ's other bottles are UVC bottles, so they use a purifying process which uses UV light to kill contaminants, but what that doesn't do is filter out other things like silt and dirt, and it doesn't actually make your water taste quite as nice as a filter can do. So there's a benefit with a filter bottle like the LARQ Bottle Filtered. It makes your water taste nicer than the UVC bottle. Of course, the downside is it's a filter bottle and you do have to replace the cartridges roughly every 2 months. So pros and cons, the UVC bottle, yes, you just tap a button and it purifies your water, and that's great for everyday home use, for drinking out of your tap or at work, your works tap. Also works in the wild, which is really cool. They both work in the wild, but what you can do now actually, which is pretty interesting, is use this filter bottle in combination with LARQ's UVC Lid. So they sell the UVC Lid separately now. So picture this, you're out in the wild, you come across a water source which is questionable. It's not 100% clear and you can see there's some silt and material in that lake or river. What you can do is fill up your LARQ bottle. So I should mention the actual stainless steel bottle is the same on both bottles, whether you were to buy a UVC bottle or the filter bottle, because you unscrew the lid like so. Here's the filter, I'm going to go into that later. But essentially you could fill up the bottle with the water source from your lake, then you would use the UVC lid, which you could buy that separately from LARQ, or you could get it from a UVC bottle, the Purifies bottles. So then you screw that on, tap it, let it do its purification process, which takes around 60 seconds. Once that's done, then you would take it off, screw this filter lid on, and drink it whilst it's filtering at the same time. So it filters as you sip, but there you get the 2-step process of actually purifying your water and then filtering out any bits of sediment or silt and making the water taste even better. So LARQ really has got a full solution here, and it's really clever. I like the way they've got this modular system where you can swap out the caps if you need to. I should mention I'm not going to go into lots and lots of detail about the tech behind this. I just want to show you how it works in the real world and give you my opinions on whether it's any good, whether the water does actually taste nice after using this, and if it's worth it. So if you do want to get a more in-depth look at this bottle or any of the other LARQ bottles, definitely head over to trailandkale.com. I've reviewed them all on there, so I'll put a link up here now, and that will be the link to this bottle review. So if you want to learn more about this one, just click that link up there, or the link in the description. Okay, so to actually use the LARQ Bottle Filtered is very simple, very easy. Basically what you do is you fill up the bottle from your water source. So that could be a lake, river, stream, the tap in your house, tap at work, wherever you get it from, fill the bottle up. So this is the filter which is attached to the cap. So you can see there's a fair amount of volume that's going to take up in the bottle. So you want to make sure that you fill the bottle up to around 80 to 90% of its total volume capacity, because if you put any more in there, when you put the filter back in, it's going to the water will overflow over the rim of the bottle. So that's something to be aware of, and actually it does take a little bit of your total capacity away from this bottle. Something to be aware of. The UVC bottle doesn't take up any extra volume because it's just a UV light on the bottom of the inside of the cap, so pros and cons there. And having said that, actually this is the smaller 17-ounce bottle. You might want to go for the larger one because of that volume loss when you put the filter in there. Right, so you've filled up the bottle with your water, you've screwed the cap back on. Then to use it, you will see the LARQ symbol on the lid. There is a little logo there, and all you do is tap on that and the drinking nozzle comes out. So that's very easy, but now here's the thing you need to be aware of. Don't drink with the nozzle down the bottom of the cap like this. Don't drink like that, because you will notice some unfiltered water will come out the tiny air vent on the top. The air vent exists so that water can flow freely, otherwise there would be a vacuum inside the bottle and you wouldn't be able to sip the filtered water out. So make sure when you've opened up the nozzle you drink this way around, and that way you can sip the water. So actually you don't really tilt the bottle, you sip it and you suck it through the filter. So it's really effective, and the water definitely does taste better than it does without using a filter. I was actually surprised how much better it does taste. So the LARQ Bottle Filtered definitely makes your water taste better. Great. Alright, so let's move on to a few things that's worth knowing about this bottle. So yes, as I mentioned before, they do take filters. So you will see inside here, this is the casing. Get some focus on that. If I was to unscrew this casing or unlock it, you'll see inside here, that is the filter. So these are replaceable. When you buy a LARQ bottle filter, it does actually come with one filter included, and you just screw that back on, put it in there. Really easy to swap out. So how long does the filter last? Well, lasts about 2 months according to LARQ on their website. So that's if you're using the bottle frequently. You've got about 2 months usage out of it, which is pretty good, to be honest. And I think the filters costs around $15, maybe $12, $15, I'm not sure, I have to check on the website there. But that's not so bad when you compare it to the cost of actually buying bottled water, which tastes better than tap water. This water tastes better than tap water, so it's comparable there. but also you're going to be saving on plastic wastage as well, which is really what's very important in today's society. We need to be being more sustainable with our drinking water and trying to reduce plastic waste. Next important thing to know would be, does the LARQ bottle actually improve the taste of the water? And I covered that a little bit earlier, and yes, it does. The water tastes much better, so brilliant. Next important thing to note, which I mentioned earlier as well, is that you can swap out the cap for the UVC cap, and then you get a 2-filter / purification process, which is the ultimate clean water solution. And I do have a bottle here, which is a LARQ movement bottle. It's the larger bottle, but I can demonstrate to you. Here is the UVC bottle cap. So as I said earlier, it doesn't really take much volume up, which is really nice. But yes, if I was to unscrew the cap here, you can see UVC lid works on there perfectly. The next thing to mention would be the bottle is made from stainless steel, and it is BPA free, so you can see here on the rim stainless steel property of the bottle. And the bottle itself is powder coated, so it's very durable. It can scratch, so I would recommend getting the travel sleeve. I'll link to that down in the description. But that's a nice carry sleeve that covers up the bottle in a neoprene housing, effectively, with nice handles on there, so you can just grab it and go. Whilst I'm talking about the carry sleeve, or the travel sleeve, the LARQ Bottle Filtered does come with a carabiner. That's silicone coated. But personally I prefer the travel sleeve because it kind of protects the bottle and you don't really get that kind of rattling noise. But this is great for attaching the bottle to your day hiking pack or your backpacking pack. So that's great, really appreciate LARQ including one of those. It's also removable, I should mention, so you can just slide it off like so if you don't need it at all. Alright, let's quickly move on to the different types of colours that this bottle comes in, and also the different sizes as per me making this review. So this is the 17-ounce bottle. It also comes in the 25-ounce, which is considerably bigger. This one here is the LARQ bottle movement, and it isn't double walled, so that's not the best kind of comparison here, but just to give you an idea, there's two LARQ bottle sizes. Oh, I also forgot to mention, this is a double walled bottle, so it is insulated and it will keep your water cold for about 24 hours, so that's really nice. The double wall does make it a little bit heavier than the LARQ bottle movement that I just showed you, because that's single walled. But the benefit is you get your liquid kept cool for much longer, and the LARQ bottle movement, you do notice the water kind of warm up over time. It kind of eventually gets to room temperature. So if that's not a problem for you, the LARQ bottle movement might be a good option for you. And then talking about the colour, as per writing this review, the LARQ Bottle Filtered comes in this obsidian black and also an ivory white colour. So not too many colour options there, but I guess you could buy a bottle, a different coloured bottle from the LARQ Purifies range, and then buy the filter separately. I believe it's coming out in 2022, where you can buy the filter cap separately, just the same way you can buy the Purifies UVC cap. So look out for that in 2022. Alright, so my summary, I gave this bottle an 8.5 out of 10 on trailandkale.com because I really like how it makes the water taste better. It's a great way to be more sustainable and reduce plastic waste. If you are not too worried about the taste of your water, maybe you could go for the UVC bottle. I like the way with that bottle you don't have to replace the cartridges every 2 months. Oh, I should mention you can subscribe on the LARQ website so that they send out a cartridge every 2 months. That takes the hassle out of ordering your filters if you do get one of these bottles. But if you're not too worried about the taste of your water and you just want to purify it, then the UVC bottle is great for that as well. One little downside of this bottle is, as I mentioned, the filter is quite big in there and it does take up a little bit of volume inside the bottle. Other than that, I actually quite like the Sippy Nozzle on this bottle. It's quite nice. It's a nice way to drink. It's nice not having to unscrew the cap to take a drink out of your bottle. So pros and cons, some people will like that Sippy nozzle, others will be happy just having the wider nozzle to drink out of. So I'll leave that up to you, but for what this bottle was designed to do, I think it's great, and 8.5 out of 10 from me. So let me know in the comments below if you've got any questions about this bottle. If you've used a LARQ bottle before, let me know as well. I want to know your thoughts on how the UVC bottle has been treating you and how you've been using it as well. So definitely get in contact in the comments down below just to say hello and let me know about your LARQ experiences. Well, I really hope this video was useful and you enjoyed watching it. Please give it a like if it did. It really helps our channel grow. And maybe you've got a friend who wants to learn more about this bottle as well. Definitely give it a share over to them so they can watch it too. Well, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.